Happy Tuesday. Today is April 14th, 2020. I hope all of you are doing okay after that big storm yesterday and still staying safe. I know it's pretty strong. There was a tree that fell by Miss Andrews' house. So I hope all of you are safe and doing all right. All right, we are going to jump right into writing. Now, I'm super excited to continue working on our realistic fiction stories. To do a little review before we start on today, who can remind us what fiction stories all have? What are the key parts that are always there? You can comment below, you can call it out, you can whisper it to the person next to you or yourself. That's right, they have a main character, a problem, and a solution. Now, yesterday we got into our problems and solutions, and today we're going to really focus on the setting, the supporting characters, and the flow of our story. All right? The flow of our story includes the beginning of your story, laying out the foundation of what your characters like and what they don't like, the problem, how the character might try to solve their problem, and even a lesson they might learn by solving their problem. All right, so let's get started. For our lesson today, you are going to need a sharpened pencil with an eraser. In this case, Miss Andrews has her pen today. You're going to bring your realistic fiction story ideas sheet with your 3 different problems and your 3 different solutions from yesterday. And you're going to take out 2 blank pieces of paper, either blank paper completely or lines just like mine, or if you printed it, you have the actual sheet. If you didn't and you're using blank or lined paper, it will look like Miss Andrews' on the screen. I'm going to hold that first one up. And the second one. All right. Go ahead and take the time to make sure you have all of your materials now. All right, we're officially getting started. So the first thing you have to do is take out this sheet from yesterday. And the reason for that is because you are only going to pick one of these story ideas to write your story this week. Again, you're only picking one. Okay, so I'm gonna look at mine and you're gonna look at yours and think, which story do I really want to write about? So look at my first one. I wrote Melanie moves to New York. Look at my second one. Caleb was at a Celtics game and he got lost. Looking at my third, Marina felt scared to go to the dentist. So I think I'm going to go with story number 1. That's my choice. You're making your own choice. You could have picked idea number 2 or idea number 3 from your sheet. Now the reason I'm picking number 1 is because Miss Andrews can actually relate to this problem and solution because I moved a lot in my life, both in Massachusetts and even out of Massachusetts to Brazil, okay, and back. So I feel like I can write more in detail about this story. Again, we're writing about things that can actually happen in real life with our made-up characters. So go ahead and choose your problem and your solution, and then come back so we can start our organizer. All right, so you're looking back at the idea you chose, so I'm gonna read my problem and then I'm gonna break it down in my organizer. Melanie is moving away to New York City after living in Boston her whole life. Okay. So I know that my character's name is Melanie. So I'm gonna write that first. That's my main character, is Melanie. Now, my character's problem is that she moves away to a new city after living in one her whole life. So I'm going to transfer that problem from my idea sheet onto my organizer. Go ahead and do that now for yours, and I'm gonna do mine. Melanie. Make sure you're writing as neat as possible, starting from the beginning of the box and the line to the very end, so you use all of your space and we can read your ideas clearly. Melanie is moving away to New York City after living in Boston her whole life. That's it. I'm not adding any other details, and it fits nice and neatly in the box so you can read it. Take the time to finish up yours. All right. Now, I know all of you are looking at that picture, but not yet. Now we have to think about what our character likes and what our character doesn't like. And the reason for that is because when you get to your writing, in your beginning, you're going to describe your character. So, when I think about what Melanie likes, she likes going on walks with her dog. You don't even have to write full sentences. You're just jotting down ideas. Going on walks with her dog, hanging out with friends, playing sports, and eating pizza. So after reading my box, I have an idea in my head, and my reader can imagine what Melanie enjoys doing with her time. She likes being outside, clearly, right? She walks with her dog, she plays sports, she likes eating, and she likes being with company. So she is a pretty social being. Now we get into what our character doesn't like. And this helps us further understand your character. So think of what my character doesn't like. Doesn't like loud noise. Doesn't like talking on the phone. like beans. Okay? So these are the things my character doesn't like. She doesn't like loud noise. She doesn't like talking on the phone. And she doesn't like beans. Now, I added that in there just, to make it a little funny. Now, notice again, they're not complete sentences. But from this, when I write tomorrow, I'm going to be able to stretch it out. Go ahead and take the time to finish your boxes of what your character likes and what your character does not like. Okay, now we're still not doing that picture. Okay, we will get to that, I promise. We're gonna move right into your second page. Almost there, guys. Now your second page begins with your setting, and we know that the setting is what? That's right, it's where and when the story takes place. So I don't just want to write outside. I want to push myself and give my reader a picture in their head about where I'm at. So I think about where my story starts and where it's going. So I'm starting I look back at my problem. I'm starting in Boston because that's where Melanie is moving from. And I'm ending in New York City. So then there's everything in between that, right? So for my setting, I'm going to write beginning. And again, I don't have to write complete sentences. I say Boston. I'm going to give a part of Boston, so Roxbury. For the time of when this takes place, I'm going to give a season. So I'm going to say fall season. It's fall. That's when my story starts. Okay? Now the middle. Okay? She's traveling from Boston to New York. And my end, I end in New York City. Times Square. Season is spring. Okay, so I'm giving you the season, which is around when it's happening. I know like the months in those seasons and the places at each point in the story. Now again, we're going to stretch this out tomorrow, but take the time to write your setting out now. Okay, now we're going to go to our solution. And in our solution, you can push yourself to think of a lesson you want your reader to learn as they solve the problem. Now, my character solution, going back to my ideas chart, her new friends, Carmen and Gigi, helped her realize that change can be good and home will always be there. Now, some of that is my lesson, okay? Now, they helped her realize that change can be good. You want to be specific about how. They helped her realize that change can be good by taking her out, right? To explore new restaurants, explore the parks, helping her see the beauty of the city. Okay? I didn't just say they helped her. How? Think about that for yours. As I write my solution, you're writing yours. Her new friends from school, that's where she met them, Carmen and Gigi, took her to parks and restaurants helping her see the beauty in her new city. Beauty is how pretty something is in her new city. You can also include the lesson in this box. So the lesson, change is good. Home will always be there. And, yep, will always be there. Okay? Again, notice how I went from the beginning of my box and line all the way to the end so I could fit it all in one box, nice and neat. All right. Last one, supporting characters, quick description. That means you're going to quickly describe what your supporting characters are like. They're the other people in the story besides your main character. So I know Melanie is mine, and I just told you she had new friends Carmen and Gigi. So the supporting characters in my story are Carmen and Gigi. And you're going to think about yours and write them down as I write mine. Carmen, who is a middle schooler enjoys singing her own songs that she writes. Now the reason I have her, writing her own songs as a character is that she's going to help open Melanie's eyes to seeing what New York City has to offer and not just her home in Boston. So you want to think about what role your characters are playing in your story. Okay. My other character, Gigi, also a middle schooler, which means that you guessed it, Melanie's in middle school. Also a middle schooler. Loves, I'm going to write all capital letters because she loves. Taking hikes. Being outside. Now I say that because that's the other person that's going to open my Melanie's eyes to what this new home of hers has to offer. Gigi, also a middle schooler, loves taking hikes and being outside. That's all I'm writing for my quick description. All right, my friends, now we can go back to this page. I know you've been waiting for it, and you're going to draw a picture of your main character. Just your main character. So I'm gonna draw Melanie. She's kind of tall. She's in middle school, so she's growing. She has long curly hair. She enjoys wearing dresses. Okay. She's a little bit of a fashionista. Okay, and this is my character. Now don't worry, it's not art class. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Nothing is. But just try your best. Okay, that is all we are doing for today. Tomorrow we will be stretching all of this out as we start our story. You're going to take a picture of this sheet and this sheet, and you're going to send them to your journal on Seesaw. Again, these 2 sheets. Make sure we can see it nice and clear. We don't want to miss out on your good ideas. All right? Great job, everyone. Until next time.